traditional opening ceremony there by the Hoi and San tribe. Let's have a look at the third tape for our first fight of the evening. Again, two guys making their debut. Haris Aksalic, a guy that had a lot of amateur fights, 26 years old, a big height difference against Nico Yamji, again, another guy making his debut late at 35. I guess the clear thing to see there, Tammy, is the height difference. Height difference and age are going to play a big factor in this fight.
Exactly, and aesthetics.
That's unfair. Let's go to our MC, Hugo Rapitica, to introduce the first fighters for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some boxing? Our next fighters are 4 rounds of international heavyweight fighting. Introducing our boxers, coming out of the blue corner, from Cameroon, Nico Yamji.
Here we go, Nico Yamji from the Cameroon. Again, another fighter now based in Cape Town, South Africa, trained by a very experienced trainer in John Mwengi. Makes his debut today, nicknamed the Dangerous Factor. Good nickname. You like that nickname, the Dangerous Factor, Tammy?
It is, because he's like an X Factor. You don't know what is going to happen.
What was your nickname again, Tammy, as a boxer?
I've used many. Many boxers have had. I've had Dynamite, Terrible T, all kind of things.
Here we go. Here comes the Dangerous Factor. I like that nickname. I'm a fan of it. And at the weigh-in, he looked dangerous. I mean, these guys went nose to nose. He's not afraid at all of Haris Lujic. Obviously, Harry's come with a lot of hype. He's got some support here as well. They are making noise for him. There are some support for him. He's a big guy as well.
He is a big guy. I know he's been in the game for a long time. And I've met him at a couple of gyms, you know, he's been looking for some work. He's been looking for fights for a long time. So this is a little bit of a break for him. It comes a little bit late.
It does at 35, but you know the heavyweights, that power doesn't go.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, from Slovenia, Haris Aksalic.
Here comes, again, a guy that's come with a lot of hype. I have to admit, you know, I've spoken to the promoter, Steve Calicoda, and he's thinking real big things about this guy. Let's see what he can do. Again, 30 years of age, coming out with Emil Bryce there, a trainer to a lot of people you know, including the guy coming tonight, Lungo Sitamela. Not bad to have Emil Bryce in the corner.
The good thing that Haris has got going for him is that he's unknown in this environment. Number 2, he's got good amateur experience. Number 3, he's with Emil Bryce. That'll help him.
Yeah, well, a big guy. He's almost built like, you know, he's tall like the modern heavyweights, the 6'4", 6'5". Interesting stuff. Let's see what he can do.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighters. Fighting out of the blue corner, standing at 180 centimeters, weighing in at 118.54 kilos. With making his debut, ladies and gentlemen, fighting in the white and blue trunks, from Cameroon, Nico, the Dangerous Factor, Yamji. And his opponent, standing at 1.95 centimeters, weighing in at 107 kilograms. Ladies and gentlemen, making a debut from Slovenia, Haris, the Godfather Aksalic. And the referee for the fighters are Dion Duarte. Judges Clifford Mbelu, Simpiwe Teba, and Sipo Dongeni.
Here we go, first fight of the evening. Let's listen to the referee's instructions here. I'm excited for this one, I have to admit. It's always good to see the heavyweights fight. Don't blink. This one could go early. From either man, really, on their debut.
Exactly.
Nico Yamji from the Cameroon with the blue socks and blue shorts with the white strip, and Haris Aksalic from Slovenia also in the blue shorts and white strip.
Haris looks to be doing the right thing right now, you know, just setting up with the jab, trying to get some good action going before the big bombs come out.
Yeah, Haris has got that big amateur background, and I always fear with amateurs is that they almost try and score points rather than go for big shots early. It'd be good to see what he does on his debut, because they always seem to just know to score points. Nico's very confident, isn't he? I mean, he's there, he's smiling at Haris, saying, okay, let's see what you've got. You know, you come in with all the hype, let's see if you can live up to it. And he looks like he's ready to unleash a big punch here, does Nico.
Nico looks like he's completely unafraid at this point. But you know, with these things, as you mentioned, with heavyweights, 1 second you're smiling, next second you're out.
Both of them connected there. Both of them seem to connect with left hooks. I think Nico probably got the best of it. He seems confident. I mean, obviously, like you said, Sammy, Nico is in a lot of gyms up in Cape Town, always sparring, always trying to get fights. It's a great opportunity for him now, and he'll know it. He wins this live on Kwesi Sports, and it opens up doors for more fights.
Exactly.
Talking to heavyweights, obviously, I'm assuming you watched the Anthony Joshua Povetkin fight.
That was a good fight for while it lasted. I like the way Joshua came back. That shows the heart of a champion.
Yeah, he was losing those first 5 rounds, wasn't he?
Exactly. And I thought, you know, at some point I thought Joshua, this is not looking good for him. But credit to him, he came back strong.
He did, and fingers crossed it sets up one of the big fights against Wilder or Fury in April. Very unlikely, I think, but this is boxing, money talks, and that fight could be made. And if it is made, I'm sure you're going to see it on Kwesi Sports. Good little right hand, probably the best punch so far from Haris Aksalic.
I would have liked to see Nico using the jab a little bit more, you know, to set up, or at least to deflect the attention of Haris.
Oh, nice left hook from Nico there. Nico fancies this, doesn't he? I mean, you can see he's very, very confident. You're right, he does need to use that jab to almost counter what Haris doing. That's more like it. That's a better jab there from Nico. He needs to set that right hand up. He needs to disguise it, and obviously the jab is the best and probably most unused punch in boxing. He's got to do it.
I would like to see Nico also go to the body a little bit.
Wait for the bell, wait for the bell.
Haris' jab is a little bit hesitant at this point, and I would like to see Haris using that jab to set up.
Both of them swinging now. Nico very confident, ended that round well. Haris landed a little sneaky right to end the fight, and good first round. I mean, I don't know how you scored that one, Tammy. It's a very tight one to score.
That round, for me, it really easily is for Nico. I can't see Haris didn't do enough. And the power punches came off from Nico at this point.
In the corner with Nico there, John Mwengi, very experienced trainer, trained a lot of the guys from the Cameroon that come over and fight in Cape Town. I like what he's saying to him there. He's saying, don't come in a straight line, move your head a bit. That was a good right hand from Haris there. Nico kind of smiles and walks into it, hands downward. Probably means he was hurt. He probably felt that.
Seconds out.
Stay back.
Round
Stay back.
number 2.
Box.
Here we go, round 2 of this 4-round fight in the heavyweight division. Nico Yamji from the Cameroon, now based in Cape Town, and Haris Aksalic from Slovenia. Good first round for both. Remember, both of them are fighting on their debut, and so far, I mean, for guys on their debut, Tam, it's not bad.
It's not bad for guys that are both starting out. You know, at this point, Nico is a little bit older, and I would have liked to see a little bit more experience coming out of him, because I know he's been in a lot of gyms and he's done a lot of work. I would have liked to see a little bit more activity from him at this point.
Yeah, he's very static in terms of his movement, but he clearly has power. He caught Nico there just as we were speaking. He caught Harry, sorry, with a nice little left hook.
Hands are free. What? Back.
What Nico doing is
Hands
he's
are free,
coming in
you
and he's
can fight,
smothering himself. You need to stay a little bit just in mid-range, not outside, just mid-range, because that's where most of the knockouts happen anyway.
That's the one. I think both of these guys need to be reminded in the corner that this is a 4-round fight. I mean, you can't let a round go here. Oh, good little shot from Harris as he came in. Got caught as he come in, though, by Nico. He's clearly got power. Big right hand from Nico. Harris just stood there and took it. They stand and trade for a few seconds, then they go back to what they've been doing for the whole fight, which is just almost waiting for the other to do something.
You see, Nico, I would like to see Nico come in to avoid being on the end of Harris' punches.
Yeah, Nico's got to realize he needs his fight to be up close. Harris is doing what Harris needs to do, which is keep it at a distance, use that jab from a long way out. But he's not even doing that, to be fair, it's Harris.
To be honest, he's not doing that either. Harris needs to be throwing that, he needs to be pumping that jab more frequently. It needs to be an incessant stream of jabs going for Nico's head. But, you know, credit to these guys, what they're here to do is they're here to fight, and people like to see a fight. People want to see heavyweights throwing down.
Oh, big shot from Nico. 2 big shots. Harris is talking to him now, I think, saying, come on, okay. We're obviously in a fight now. Harris needs to... The guard is way too low from Harris.
That's a big round for Nico. That's a big round for Nico.
I think it was as well. I think it was tentative between them, and then the last 30 seconds, Nico exploded. It was great.
Credit to Harris. He's hanging in there. He's trying to make this fight worth it.
He is, and again, this is debut. There are things he needs to work on. Round number 3 coming up here between Nico Limanji and Harris Lucic. Some of the action from that last round. Both of these guys swinging there. You can clearly see Nico's the powerful of the two, and he seems to prefer it when it gets like this.
Seconds out. Round number 3.
Get back. Look.
Again, a tentative start from Nico, and his corner should have said, look, this isn't working. You've got to get up close. You've got to make it rough for Harris. And he's still staying off him. And if he's not going to use the jab, I don't understand why he's staying off him like this.
I would like to see Nico attack the body more of Harris.
Corner of Harris, just shouting out jab, jab. He's not doing it. They're shouting, look, use your jab, and that's something he's not employed at all in this fight. Tries it there, but again, not with anything in it.
You know what, Ade, this is really to do with, it's the fact that it's his first fight. You know, there's a lot of fear when you come into this as a beginner. There's a lot of fear that goes into you, and he should have worked out a lot of this back in the gym to try to clear his mind and clear his heart of any kind of fear. So when he comes in here, he's ready to do some work.
You know, I understand that, but for me, you're talking about a guy that's had over 100 amateur fights. I mean, we're not talking about a guy that just got off the road and said, okay, in a gym and see what you've got. This is a guy with over 100 amateur fights, and I expect him to know that, okay, I've got the height advantage, let me use my jab.
I know exactly what you're saying. The difference is in the professional ranks. Sometimes when you come from amateur, you think people are different in amateur. You know, they look different, they breathe different, they punch different, they fight different, they have different hearts. They're almost made of something almost superior to you as an amateur. That's what the feeling is sometimes.
Nico just trying to set up that big right hand. Just missed it, but you can clearly see what his plan is. That's a lot better from Harris. Nico puts his guard down and said, okay, but he's still getting caught with shots here. And again, round 3, only one more round after this. It's going to be a tough fight for the judges to score this one. I know you have Nico up, don't you, by 2 rounds?
I think Nico, the first 2 rounds I would have given to him. This one, I think it's working more in Harris' favor.
The crowd cheer there, but most of those punches clearly miss it, and Nico avoided all of them. You know, Nico reminds me a bit of Elvis Moya. He's just kind of got that, the way he walks you down and just tries to cut off the ring. Obviously, Elvis is a lot bigger than Nico, but he's got that about him.
I like the activity coming out of Harris in this round. Even though, as I speak, he catches a very nice left hook there from Nico. Again, the power punches slightly in the favor of Nico versus Harris. And it's all about what the judges are looking at.
And we're Bryce in the corner of Harris there, just trying to advise him in terms of what to do. Very difficult to hear what he's trying to say. I think he's just trying to say, look, just calm down, relax, box. He's clearly I think he's clearly the better of the boxer of the two. And it's almost, without sounding so crude, it's almost boxer versus puncher here, and puncher's probably winning. Great right hand there from him. Doesn't follow it up, that's the problem. Kind of threw the right hand, then kind of smothered his own work. Oh, wow, that was...
This round number 4 and
that was a beautiful right hand.
Again.
Second. Good fight, eh? Go back.
Final round here, round number 4. I mean, I have it 2-1 to Nico, so it's all to play for in this round. But the judges could be seeing it a lot different. That's better from Harris there, jabbing and moving, jabbing and moving. That's all we need is to do. Nico almost fighting him with just discontent. I mean, he's just walking down with his hands down. It's surprising. I mean, you would never advise a boxer to do this, not on their debut, but he's obviously felt Harris's power, and he clearly isn't scared of it.
Clearly, he's not afraid of Harris at all. And I think part of it is, you know, part of that overconfidence could be taken away by a strong right hand from Harris.
But is he in danger of losing the fight? Because, yeah, it's all well and good, put your hands down and walk forward, but he's not throwing punches. He's not landing them or anything.
It's hard to tell, because looking at the way Harris is punching, I can't say he's getting his proper leverage in, such that he's, you know, getting full extension of his punches, put something dangerous on the table that could actually hurt Nico. At the same time, Nico's not punching properly either.
Nico landed a couple of good, Harris landed a couple of good straight right hands there, which clearly hurt Nico. He took them well. Last minute and 33 of this. I mean, that's the kind of punches the judges will like, the judges will remember. It's the kind of punches that win you the fight.
Exactly.
Wonderful shot there, Castle of Good Hope in the backdrop. You still have to kind of pinch yourself that we actually are in a castle here, Tammy.
Exactly. But as you watch, as you see right there, Nico is still walking down Harris.
Yeah, but he's walking down without anything. He's not throwing anything. He's just walking him down. And to me, he's lost this round. And if he's lost this round, at best, I've got a fight as a draw for him right now. Last 50 seconds of this fight. And Nico tries to engage there. He landed a couple, nothing clean. What Harris does very well is that Harris kind of rolls with the punches. He doesn't get caught clean because he rolls them. And again, that's the experience of that amateur fighting background.
Both of these guys breathing heavy. You can see they're heavyweights and they're not used to fighting past 3 rounds. You can see Nico just looking for the knockout. He's looking for something that'll end this thing for him. But once again,
if Nico loses this fight, he'll watch it back on tape and be bitterly disappointed about the way he's performed it. Because I think from round 1, he clearly was the more powerful guy, but his arrogance and hands down and just shipping punches like this. Again, that's what the judges remember. That little burst there from Harris is smart. That wins you the rounds.
Exactly. It's very good. It's a very good tactic. Put in the last 15 seconds before the round.
Emil Bryce is above us smiling. I think he's happy with that. Let's have a look at some of the action from that round. There wasn't much action. Let's have a look at some of the best punches. And they clearly came from Harris there. Went to the body and head. Again with that right hand. Oh, that was a beautiful straight right. It really was. Again, he almost found a home for that right hand. And it was a fantastic right hand in that round. Again, look at that jab. Beautiful.
That was a bit of an odd right jab.
So, Tammy, I mean, who do you think took it? I mean, look, personally, I thought Nico nicked the first 2, and I thought Harris nicked, and I mean nicked the second 2. So I have it as a draw, but difficult fight to score.
It's a difficult fight to score, but I think, you know, it all comes down to what the judges are looking for. Some judges tend to like the power punches, and the power punches, most of them came from Mr. Nico. On the other hand, the better boxing came out of Harris.
No, agreed. Be interesting to see who's nicked this one. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw. I wouldn't be surprised if they roll the dice again and go again. Emil Bryce's dad, always at the fights, always cheering. I tell you now, when Lunga fights, and Lunga Sitameda's going to be up in about, say, 20 minutes. When he fights, this guy does not sit down. Fantastic guy, done a lot for boxing. Great guy to have around the ring. Honestly, a great guy. Great attitude.
Cape Town boxing legend, that's for sure. National boxing legend, I should say.
Just waiting for the judges to talk this one up, and that always scares me when it's only 4 rounds. I don't know why it takes so long to add up 4 rounds of boxing.
I know.
Which means it's an interesting decision here.
Well, it certainly makes you think that could be the case, but...
The 2 trainers talking, they're not sure.
There we go. I think they got a decision for us.
I think we've got a decision. Let's go to our MC, Hugo Rabitka, with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your judges score it as follows. Simpiwe Teba, 38-38. Clifford Mbelu scores at 40-37. Sipo Ngobeni scores at 40-36. And your winner by majority decision, Harris Aksalic.
Let's quickly talk about this one very quickly, Tammy. 40-36. Every single round to Harris.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
40-37. I mean, the judge that had it 38-38 is kind of what we saw. 40-36. Are you speechless? You're not saying anything.
I don't even know what to say, but some judges, I'm struggling to find their reason. At best, I would have called it a draw. At the very best, I would have called it a draw.
Interesting. Again, I did say Nico is going to be upset. He's going to watch the fight back and realize that as much as Harris won that fight, he lost it. He lost it. There were times when he took off moments in the rounds where I think he didn't need to.